Thank you guys for jumping on, and we are going to start by introducing ourselves. My name is Jenny Knott. I'm a Senior Ruby Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide.
And I am Terry Jo Noble. I'm a Senior Ruby Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide.
Y'all, this is the first time that we aren't side by side doing this. Usually we are side by side next to each other doing this. So hopefully we can be just as entertaining when we're 15 miles apart. But, things happen, and, life's of moms. I had to be here. She had to be there. So we're going to try to do this separately and try to be just as entertaining. Okay, so we are going to give you a lot of information over the next 30 minutes. So y'all just sit back, enjoy your wine, and let us entertain and hopefully inform you.
Okay, so we want you to think about not only you, but who you know that could be blessed with our products in this opportunity. It is not just about us, y'all. We have to broaden that and really think about, when you hear these different testimonies, who could you be helping? Who can you share these products with that you might know that have these issues that we're going to talk about and needs this opportunity? So it's really more than us.
Right. It absolutely is more. It's who we know. It's not only us, but who we know. Okay, I'm going to read the Plexus disclaimer real quick. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases.
Right, and the FDA does not approve or disapprove any type of food supplement or vitamins. So like our Flintstones and our prenatal vitamins, they're not approved or disapproved by the FDA. And so the FDA doesn't touch the supplements, just so you know. Get that out of there.
Exactly. Okay, exactly. Okay, I'm going to quickly tell you about how I came to do this Plexus thing. My cousin, Amy Achiba, she posted about Plexus for a year, and I watched her journey. I watched her business grow. I watched her, she has a raging sugar tooth like I do and have always had since I was a little baby kiddo. I remember like hoarding stuff in the closet, going and stealing Halloween candy and eating it in my closet, like for as long as I can remember. I've always had this talk about how Plexus had helped her with her sugar tooth. But I was active. I was a runner. So my ego totally got in the way. And I never reached out to her, never asked her about it, because I didn't think I needed it. I was poisoning myself with sugar, but I didn't think I needed the products. Until one time, a year later, at the beginning of 2015, she reached out and said, "Girl, when are you going to do this with me?" And that's when I guess I was just ready for a change. I was feeling sluggish. I didn't have a lot of energy. My cravings were out of control. I was having chronic yeast infections, chronic sinus infections, like all year round. I just wasn't feeling good. So I was ready for a change. It was my time. So I jumped on board and said, yes, sure, I'll try it. By day 4 of Just the Slim, I had amazing energy. That's what I noticed first. I never knew I wasn't supposed to be feeling as tired as I did. I would have to like rest my head. It was my 3 p.m. crash, rest my head and take a little power nap because I was just so tired. And by day 4, I had this amazing energy, and I was able to resist my 3 p.m. not only nap, but my 3 p.m. sugar binge that I would always have to keep me awake pretty much for the rest of the day. 2 weeks into the triplex, because after that I realized the energy was amazing. I did all this research and realized I needed the triplex. My gut was a mess. Got on triplex 2 weeks after that. I got off my Miralax, which I thought I was going to have to take for the rest of my life. I hated taking it. I felt like it was just poison going into my body, but I was miserable without it. So I was able to wean off Miralax, which, wow, I mean, that was like really huge for me. And then no yeast infections, no sinus infections, and all in all, a better sense of health. I never weighed. That's because that's not really why I got on it. I really got on it to have a better sense of health. I wish I would have measured though, because my clothes fit differently. I have more muscle and less fat. That pretty much my body has changed. The older I get, my body has changed, and usually it goes the other way. So it's really helped with muscle, maintaining my muscle and retaining my muscle and losing fat. But really, it was Aiden. When I did all this research, it was my Aiden, who's my 10-year-old. After I did all this research and I got on the products, I put everyone in my family on the products, and I got him on the Slim, and I noticed, because he always struggled with focus and mood. He had some mood issues, short-tempered. I put him on the Slim, and I noticed he was able to remember things. Like he was able to remember to turn in his homework when he went to school. And so I slowly eased him into the products, and about a week or a month or two after just him on the Slim, I've added the ProBio 5, and I noticed a huge difference in his mood.
Yeah.
He used to come home and be so irritable. In the mornings, he'd be so irritable going to school. He would just be such a bear coming home and trying to do any type of homework sitting down. And it was no fun for him. It was no fun for me. And after being on the probiotic, he was so much more agreeable when we would sit down and do homeworks. He just like, it was just a complete difference in his mood. And I forgot how bad it used to be until this summer, when he didn't have school, he didn't have homework, he didn't have any type of responsibility. We kind of got off of our Plexus regimen, and he was a grouch. And my husband came home in the middle of summer. My husband came home and he goes, "What's the deal with Aiden?" And I go, "He's off of his Plexus. We just haven't gotten into the routine." And my husband goes, "You better get him on his Plexus," because this is ridiculous. So he won't go a day without his Plexus. In fact, we just went on a ski trip, and I took the Plexus, and every morning I was like, "Here's your Plexus, Aiden," because I want to enjoy my vacation and I don't want him to be a grump. And also with that, and then I'll let Terry Jo tell her amazing testimony. The ski trip. Okay, y'all, there's a lot of gear to take care of and like remember, and when, layers and goggles and gloves. Aiden remembered every single layer. He was responsible for his gloves. He always knew where his goggles were. He always knew where his boots were, where his helmet was. I was so impressed. And if he was not on his Plexus, I don't think it would have been as pleasurable of a vacation. I think I would have been like, I'm trying to keep up with them. So y'all, not only my testimony, but it's helped so many of my family and people that I know. And that's why it's so easy to share about this product. And so that's a little bit about my testimony. And now I'm going to turn it over to Terry Jo.
Okay. So y'all, Jenny, the day she signed up, the girl called me and she was like, "You have got to do this with me. You have got to do Plexus with me." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I didn't understand the value in it quite yet. So I first started when she did. I was a customer of hers for 3 months, and I actually loved the products, but I didn't take them every single day because my husband and my oldest daughter stole out of my 30-day supply. So 30 days, which was supposed to be one for me every single day, ended up being like I had 10, right? Because they loved it too. So we would run out and I'd be like, "Jenny, I need some more Slim," and borrowing from her and giving her back, and then I'd run out again. And so let me tell you right now that consistency is huge. So I was on the products for about 3 months. Life got in the way, and I stopped taking them. And then it was the end of July of 2015, so like 17 months ago. My oldest daughter came to me and she said, "Mom, can we please get back on what Miss Jenny does? Because I felt so much better." I'm like, okay, that's it. That's all she needed to say. She had better focus in class. She had more energy. She was in middle school at the time, and when she took it, she wasn't feeling sluggish in the morning of her first 2 periods. She was, easier to focus. And so we started, and I was like, okay, then our entire family is going to commit to these products. Imagine what happens when you take them for 5 days in a row. I gave up my Diet Coke. Now, I used to drink like nearly a dozen a day. I always tell people it's 4 to 6 because I don't want to sound like such a freak of Diet Cokes, but I probably drank easily 8 to 12 Diet Cokes a day. I know, and Jenny doesn't understand. Every time she laughs every time I say that, but it was a real thing for me. I've been drinking Mountain Dew Coke and then switched to Diet Cokes to save on the calories. my whole life. Like, that's how I survived my energy. I still had those awful 2 p.m. crashes. So when I started on Plexus, I no longer had those 2 p.m. crashes. I felt better and more energized. I gave up my Diet Cokes. And y'all, I suffered from 3 to 5, usually 4 or 5 migraines a month, every single month since I was 19. And they kind of gotten worse as I've gotten older. I have had 1 migraine in 17 months. It is life-changing. And if Plexus has done nothing else for me or my family except for kick my migraines, that would be enough for me, because I'm off my migraine prescription medicines. I used to take 800 milligrams to 1,600 milligrams of ibuprofen every single day for headaches, and I don't have that issues anymore either. When I first started, I had lost like 2 sizes, and I dropped 20 pounds, and I had so much more energy, and I just felt overall better. Like when Jenny says, you just feel better. You never knew you didn't feel good until you start Plexus, and then you realize, wow, I feel amazing. Like, who knew? But my husband, he's a type 2 diabetic. And so when he started Plexus, his blood sugar levels dropped to the normal range. And his A1C, if you're familiar with diabetes, his A1C dropped from 7.4 to 6.1. He had been on the products for a month. And he went back in for his normal blood test, and his A1C levels dropped and his blood sugar dropped to the normal range. Okay, that alone is huge. He lost weight. Guys lose weight super quick. I remember he lost like 8 pounds in 8 days. And I was like, what is wrong with you? Who does that? But, guys are different. He felt better. And he had his gallbladder removed, I think about 8 years ago. And so he had a lot of gut health issues. And he used to have pain every time he ate. And so that has been relieved. He just feels so much better. But I have 3 girls. They're 15, 12, and 9. And all 3 of my girls are on the products. My 15-year-old had 7 to 8 migraines a month, and that started when she was in middle school. And she no longer has any migraines at all. She's off 2 migraine prescription medicines, and that alone is amazing. She just feels better. She used to have awful PMS cramps, you guys. And I know that's like something we never talk about, but she has amazingly, she doesn't have cramps anymore. It's really cool how it works with your body and how much better you feel. My 12-year-old, she is dyslexic, and she has, we've never tested her for ADD, but she definitely focus issues go along with being dyslexic. She is able to retain the information she learns in school now. She's kind of like a short-term and long-term memory issues as well. And when she's taking her Plexus, she can remember what she's being taught in school and come home and apply it. I remember the first Wednesday after she started Plexus, the first Wednesday she had home, and it was a Wednesday. I don't know why I remember that, but it was a Wednesday. She came home and she had homework, and I was like, honey, just give me a second and I'll sit down and help you, because she had never done homework ever before without me sitting next to her. She couldn't retain the information. And she was like, I was cooking dinner, and she was like, Mom, it's okay. I remembered what I learned in school today. That Plexus stuff really works. And I just remember crying because it makes such a difference in your life. It's so much more. I know we always talk about Plexus and people always think it's for weight loss, but y'all, it's so much more than that. It's so much more. My 9-year-old and my 12-year-old both had acid reflux, and they were on acid reflux medications. I swear, we're not a sick family. Like, it just sounds like that because you don't realize how much better you'll feel when you're off, but they're both off their acid reflux medications, and they feel better. Sophia, my oldest, was really particular. She kind of was like, or my youngest, so Sophia, she was kind of like OCD-ish. We're very, very particular, and Jenny laughs because it's so true. And she's so much more laid back. So I'm just telling you, it is so much more than weight loss. It is about overall health, and your body just starts to work in ways that you never dreamed it could work. But my middle one, if I swear I say this for like every issue that we have, but if there was nothing else that changed but her being able to have focus in school and retain and have a better learning experience, that's great. To kick migraines, that's amazing. So granted, the weight loss has been awesome. It's so much more than that.
Mm-hmm. I agree. If you don't have your health, what do you have? Really, you just enjoy life so much more when you have good health. So, Okay, who do you know? So as you listen, I want you to think about who you know that suffers from migraines and headaches, sinus infections, yeast infections, inflammation and discomfort, blood sugar issues, high cholesterol, hormonal imbalances, anxiety and depression. These like are the root causes of what our products deal with. Like those are issues that our products can help with. Because it gets to the three main root causes of a lot of issues people struggle with, which are inflammation, blood imbalances, and gut health. We have 16 products. We are not going to talk about all 16 products tonight, but we are going to talk about the triplex. And you have guts, then you need to be on the triplex. So that's what we're going to break down, just those 3 products in the triplex combo. And Terry Jo is going to talk about the Slim. The
Slim. Okay, so this little guy right here is the Slim. What Jenny was holding up was the package of Slim. There's 30 individual sticks like this that come in a bag. So it's easy to take like on the go. I throw some in my purse. I always have them with me. But it's super easy. Really, you just rip open. Where are we at? Just rip it open, right? Like this. And hang on a second here.
Yep. I see that earbud's so weird.
And hang on here. Okay. So you have this little pack of Slim, and you just dump it in a water bottle like this, right? Just pour it in there.
Easy peasy.
I'm telling you, I make sure like I get every single powder speck. Like,
every granule.
Every granule. I mean, I'll lick the counter. I don't care. You don't want to miss it. I'm telling you. It's good stuff.
You don't.
So anyway, you just stick it in here and you shake it up. It kind of tastes like a cherry Tootsie Pop. It's really amazing. So you shake it up, and what you need to know is that Plexus Slim was created for type 2 diabetics. So it keeps your blood sugar, your cholesterol, and lipids at healthy levels, and it has the best, most natural ingredients you will ever find. I'm telling you. It helps increase your willpower over food. It reduces binge eating, and it curbs your appetite. I kind of really like that because I used to be a freak for Reese's Peanut Butter Cups and Diet Coke. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups do nothing for me. And I'm telling you, I would be like, every day after school, I'd be like, hey, girls, let's go to the gas station and get a pop just so I could get a Diet Coke and Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. It was awful that I was doing to my kids, but I needed that sugar pick-me-up midday. So what is balancing? And like I said, if somebody told me that I needed to balance my blood sugars before I started this, I'd have been like, I don't know, and I don't care what you're talking about because who knows what that means. But it really is kind of super cool what it does. So if you don't eat healthy, if you eat sugar, if you skip meals, which I used to do all the time, if you feel exhausted and tired, we just have unhealthy lifestyles, and it's really hard for our bodies to keep regulated. And that's why we have these highs and these crashes. So we have all this energy at 10 a.m. and then by 2 p.m. everybody's heading to the snack machine. When you have that sluggish feeling and you're craving sugar and you're craving carbs, and like I said, like you feel like you need to take a nap, it's because your blood sugars are not stable, okay? They need to be stable. Trust me, you will feel so much better. This is not an energy drink right here. It does not have caffeine in it. It is not what you're thinking. It gives amazing energy because your blood sugar is stable. Imagine that. It works really, really well. Like I said, it tastes like a cherry Tootsie Pop, and it's pink, and it gets the color from beetroot. So it's sweetened with stevia, so it's really, really good for you, and it's a plant-based drink. So y'all, I'm just telling you, if you have not tried it before, you need to. It's amazing, and it really will change your life in more ways than one. Now I'm going to drink this because I can't let it go to waste.
It will. I mean, there, yes. No, you can't let it go to waste. And since it has no caffeine, she can drink it at 7 o'clock at night. Yeah, it won't have any effect on her sleep. In fact, she'll probably sleep like a baby.
I will. And sometimes my girls.
Okay, the next.
I was just going to say my girls drink it before they go to bed because they never
go ahead
finish it all before they go to school. So they get it in their body at night before they go to bed.
I love that.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that's so cool is each product has instructions like on how it's recommended to take it, but it's not a generic plan that works for everybody else or works for everyone. You have to like work with it and see what works best for me or what would work best for you. Like for instance, the ProBio that I'm going to talk next about, our probiotic, this recommends you taking it at night. I was taking 4 of these at night, and I decided to split them and take 2 at night and 2 in the morning, and that worked really well for me. So it's all about kind of seeing what works best for you and what where to take them during the day and stuff. So anyway, okay, I got off on a little tangent there. Okay, y'all, gut health is everywhere. If you Google gut health in any type of issue, I guarantee you there's a link. 70% of your immune system is in your gut. So you got to take good care of it, right? If you go to the doctor, again, I guarantee you there's not one doctor that will tell you not to be on a probiotic. They're just that important, and they're just that, for your overall health, they're just that important. As well as our standard American diet, environmental issues, antibiotics that we take all the time have just ruined our gut. So a good probiotic is just so important. And like I said, it's all over the news. Any magazine you read, there's going to be something about gut health. Our gut is connected to our immune system, like I said, and basically we always talk about if you have blood and guts, then you need our probiotic. And ours is the best on the market. It kills the bad bacteria and replaces the good bacteria, which is really cool because a lot of probiotics have all the good bacteria you need to replace the good bacteria in your gut that ours has. And the enzyme is so important. It's an antifungal, and it will kill the exoskeleton of the yeast. So it breaks down the exoskeleton of the yeast and kills the yeast, which is so important because why would you pour all this good bacteria into your body if you're not getting rid of the bad bacteria? So ours has the antifungal, which is so important. And that's what makes ours so unique, because usually you have to have 2 separate products to do what our one will do. It has 5 strands of good bacteria in it. I talked about chitinase, which is the it's the enzyme, the antifungal. Okay, so how do you know that you have yeast overgrowth? Everyone has it to some degree. My body was raging with yeast, basically. But it could be the reason you feel sluggish. That you crave sugar, have headaches and migraines, that you feel bloated and constipated, that you have allergies and reflux and get sick more often. This could all be attributed to having too much yeast. That's why it's so important to have a probiotic in your diet. And ours is like no others. I mean, it really is. It's amazing. This has been life-changing for me, and my whole entire family is on this. I finally got my husband after, I guess it was a year and a half of me on, I'm about to hit my 2-year anniversary. A year and a half into Plexus, he finally goes, okay, I'm going to start taking that ProBio 5 that you take, because he got a raging sinus infection that he could not kick. And I watched him, and I had just forgotten how bad sinus infections are. And I just sat there and watched how miserable he was, and he couldn't sleep, and he coughed, and he just had all that congestion that went on and on and on. And it's been 2 years since I've had one, because when I started this little bad boy, I have not had one since I started. So he finally got on about 6 months ago, and he hasn't had one since. So anyway, so important. Okay. And the next and last component of our triplex is the BioCleanse.
BioCleanse. Okay, do not let this name, BioCleanse, scare you, because it is not a cleanse like you were thinking of. I promise you, a lot of people are like, what? No, it's not like that. Don't worry. It is a magnesium supplement that contains 95% of the magnesium that your body needs. I'm telling you, you would never, again, before Plexus, I was like, so who cares if we have magnesium? Okay, I will tell you it's super important. But the BioCleanse oxygenates your entire body. My friends are like, I seriously can feel my cells working better when they're working out. And I can too, but it's, you don't always want to hear what I have to say. But it's amazing. This stuff is really great. It does help gently cleanse the gastrointestinal tract. And it supports collagen production, which, hello, that's pretty awesome too. It can help relieve occasional constipation that's not due to a serious illness, of course. But, y'all, this is amazing. I tell you what, being magnesium deficient can mean so many things. Symptoms can be anxiety and irritability and weak bones and low energy, the inability to sleep, PMS and hormonal imbalances. Y'all, this is a big factor in those PMS cramps I was talking about earlier that my daughter doesn't have anymore. Nervousness and headaches and migraines, muscle tension, spasms, cramps, fatigue. Y'all, magnesium deficiency is a real thing. And I'm telling you, this thing right here is pretty awesome. So, you know, I take 2 a day. Some people might take 4. Some people could take 6. If they have, you know, IBS with constipation or something, they may require more than my 2 a day. But I'm telling you, this combined with that ProBio 5 and the Slim has done everything for me for my migraines. They would not be kicked without these 3 products. And so for that reason alone, I will never stop taking them. Now, some people may go, really, for the rest of your life? Okay, are you going to have a cup of coffee for the rest of your life? Do you know what I mean? Like, this has done so much for my health and feeling better. But this BioCleanse is awesome. It's really you know, those 3 components in the triplex are incredible. They are.
They are. And I won't go a day, like Terry Jo said, I won't go a day without them. But somebody asked me, do you take your Plexus products on vacation? Yeah, I do, because I want to feel amazing. Why would I want to feel amazing like during the week and then go on vacation and feel like poop? I mean, I want to feel as good as I do on these products when I'm on vacation, because, I mean, it's just that good. So, okay, Kathy B. Kathy is going to share her testimony because she has an amazing testimony that we want y'all to hear.
Hey, Kathy.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Because I live in the boonies and the internet is kind of sketchy, but hopefully you'll hang on tonight.
Okay.
My name is Kathy Bosshart. I've been taking Plexus products for about 9 months now. I've been on medication. I had been on medication to manage my blood sugar since I was 23, which made me have blood work done every 6 months to test for kidney damage. I was also on another medication to manage my blood pressure. I was always having to get my medications refilled, and sometimes it was pretty expensive, especially back in my 20s when it was more fun to spend my hard-earned cash on other things. I really didn't like taking these medications. I would go to the medicine cabinet every night, look at my tired reflection in the toothpaste splattered mirror, and was thinking there just had to be a better way. My goal was to get my body back into balance. I started these products back in March, and it really did make me feel better. I loved the extra energy I was getting, and I started noticing I didn't need my morning coffee anymore. I worked with my doctor to see if I could get off these medications. He approved of all my Plexus products, and he gave me some guidelines for watching my blood sugar and my blood pressure. At my follow-up appointment, I was sitting on that paper-covered table in that chilly exam room, and my doctor happily reported that I didn't have to take my medication anymore. With a grin, he shook my hand, and he said, you know, not many people who walk through these doors get to get off their medications. This is pretty cool. That's him talking, so that was really neat. Back when I started, I remember my first text to my friend on day 2 when I got started. I texted Jenny, what is wrong with me? I don't want the cinnamon roll, but this broccoli looks amazing. It was food day at work, and there was a whole table of sugar and sweets and cake, and including the coveted Conroy cinnamon rolls up here in Lincoln, Nebraska. But I just didn't want one. I actually took a bite, and then when he left my room, the guy who gave it to me, I threw it in the trash. Don't tell him that. But I just didn't want it. Everything else tasted better. And actually on my last eye doctor visit, my prescription actually went down. I was able to get contacts that weren't as strong. So something's working.
Something is working for sure.
And my whole family loves all the products. Working with my pediatrician, my daughter takes the ProBio 5, which is our amazing probiotic, and she doesn't have to take Miralax anymore. She used to tell me, Mom, you're not supposed to poop every day. No, honey, that's not normal. Also, I got a phone call from my friend today who's been taking Plexus for a while. She is a type 2 diabetic, I believe. I don't think she's type 1. But she said, okay, I'm going to give you some of these numbers. So write these down. 102, 107, 112, 13, and 131. I said, are those your morning blood sugars? She said, yes, they are. And if you're diabetic, you know that those are amazing numbers. She has normal blood sugar in the morning now. Her numbers used to be 192, 278, 260. Even on her regular medication, her numbers were nowhere near normal. And she said, I am a believer in these products. Something else that I was thinking about the other day, that I used to get yeast infections every other month. I'd have to go in for medicine. And I have had zero, absolutely zero since I started. I used to go and take Tums 3 to 5 times a week because I'd have acid reflux. I haven't had any Tums since I started Plexus. Something's getting back into balance. Something in my body was so out of whack, and these products got everything back to where it should be. So I've got a whole nother list of stuff that I could go through. But those are the things that I have noticed since I've started about 9 months ago. And I will keep taking Plexus forever. I love them. And if you haven't noticed, Jenny, Terry, Joe, I am picking up my Oklahoma accent again because I am listening to you guys. I've lived in Nebraska for 9 years now, 14 years, and my Oklahoma slang is coming out.
Hey,
ladies.
Hey!
I love your story, Kathy. I swear it brings tears to my eyes every time. You know that your doctor was able to shake your hand and tell you congratulations for getting off your product, your prescriptions.
Yeah, that was really cool.
I'm sure he doesn't get to do that very often. So
no.
That's really, really cool. And as we say, that's a testament to Kathy for taking them every single day and being consistent with your products, because that's the only way they're going to work is if you're consistent with them. So good job, Kathy. Your testimony never gets old. I love listening to it. It's just amazing.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, Tabitha, I can't wait to hear your testimony. Oh, can you unmute? Do you know how to unmute?
Got her. Oh,
okay. Oh, there we go. There you go.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, good. I've been taking the Plexus for about almost 6 months now. And it was Miss Sarah who knew that I had a lot of health issues. And I've known her basically our whole lives. So she just said, I think these will work for you. I trusted her and went all in. She's like, join my team. I said, okay, why not? So I did. And I have lupus, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome, chronic pain, chronic daily migraines. 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, it'll be 2 years in April, I was dead, not expected to live, in ICU for 3 days on life support from septic shock. From the immunosuppressants and chemotherapy they had me on for my lupus. I was a complete mess. I was in and out of the hospital. For a couple of years, I was in the hospital more than I was at home. So it was, she knew that, I needed something. And so I stopped taking after, I guess it was about a month in the hospital, had to get rid of the sepsis. I had fallen and broken my pelvis, passed out, and so I had to learn to walk again. I was in rehab for a long time. After all of that, I got off the immunosuppressants, and I decided I didn't want to treat my lupus that way anymore. It wasn't worth it. So I just kind of slowly built myself back up, and then that's when kind of Sarah came around at kind of the right time for me. So I started taking the products, and before I had no energy. I would wake up in the mornings, and just getting out of bed is, when you have these autoimmune diseases, you don't sleep. You wake up more tired than you went to bed. And I would just get up and crawl to my chair and just kind of sit there until I felt like I could move in the morning. And basically that's what I would do all day is sit in my recliner and just kind of do nothing. Or maybe if I was having a good day, I would get up and maybe clean house for a little bit. But, when I wasn't in the hospital, that's, kind of I would just kind of hang out at home and do much of nothing. So that's, kind of how my days were. And I would sleep a lot, get up and sleep for about 4 hours, then get up when my husband came home. And then I would go back to bed probably around 9 o'clock. And that was just kind of my day for a long time. And, I didn't know how I was going to break really out of that. I was trying different things and nothing really is going to work to break me out of that kind of chronic fatigue cycle. And so I was like, well, I'll just give this a try. And so I guess it was probably a couple of weeks in, and I really started noticing, a major difference in my energy and in the way, people started telling me, my parents, my family, we're seeing the quote unquote old Tabitha back again. I used to be, before I got sick, I was really active and energetic and, always on the go. And so that it gave me motivation. Okay, I'll keep taking the products, and they're seeing it in me, and I'm feeling better. So every day taking the products, and my husband's singing. He's like, I'm really, really, really impressed with what you're doing, and it's just been, honestly, it's been a life changer for me. Now I am up and I am doing most anything that I want to do. I am 75% of what I used to do. And that was, that's amazing to me because I never thought I would be able to again. So, I mean, I can't thank Sarah enough for showing me these products. It means the world to me. And, my mom, she was talking to a friend of hers the other night because she was like, they've given my daughter back to me, is what she said. And so, it's made a big impact. It's even got my husband starting to take them regularly. He's been taking them kind of off and on, but he's like, I'm just going to start taking it regularly. So he's started to do that now because he's seen the difference in me, and he's just like, you're doing all this stuff now, and before you wouldn't be able to. And so it's just amazing, and it's made a big difference in my, I didn't take it for weight loss at all. That wasn't. In fact, I've had gastric bypass surgery, so that wasn't even in my realm of why I took it. I took it purely for my health, and it's just, it's been so beneficial. My migraines, they're not completely gone, but they're getting better. And I know as I keep taking it, they will continue to get better. I didn't think that was going to be possible, but yeah, they are. I was like, I have migraines almost every day. And I don't know, Sarah told me, she's like, your headaches are going to get better. I'm like, okay, well, I'll try. And it took a while for them to start to respond, but, I have far, far fewer bad headache days and far, far fewer headaches in general. So it's, it's working, and I'm excited to see what the future brings and what future, I just started after the first of the year, really concentrating on the business part of it because I really wanted to see what the products were going to do for me for about 6 months before I just dove into the business side of it. And I've loved them. And so I'm starting to share them and what it's done for me. And it's just, and I know, I know some people that can use them. And so I've been pushing it their way, and they seem interested. So, I think maybe when I see them, get to see them in person a little bit, they'll really see the difference, and they're going to say, okay, I think I'll try. So
Tabitha, wow. I had never heard your testimony in person, and Sarah had told me a little bit about it, but I did not realize how powerful it was. And it just really chokes me up, because I just think that, you know, if my uplines hadn't had the courage to say yes, then I wouldn't have had the courage to say yes. And, you know, Sarah wouldn't have the courage to say yes. And you wouldn't have the courage to say yes. You would be living a completely different lifestyle right now. I mean, it's such a, I mean, y'all, funny story. I had never met Tabitha. She knows Sarah, and I know Sarah through Instagram. I've never personally met Sarah, but I ran into Tabitha at Schlitterbahn. Like, it was the craziest thing. Like, it's just this small little world, this crazy big world, but this small little world. I
recognize her from Facebook.
Never met her before in my life. I know. I mean, it was so funny.
We were standing right behind each other in line. Yeah.
It was like the craziest thing. I mean, it's just so crazy how Plexus has like brought us together. But that also shows she was able to go to Schlitterbahn. And y'all, that's no joke.
4 weeks
around that park
having surgery.
Yeah. And that was after you said, right. You had just gotten out of the hospital. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So,
Tabitha, I love your story. I had never heard it. I mean, I knew you had a great autoimmune testimony, but I had no idea you had so many different ones.
Yes.
I'm so excited for you. I mean, to be able to improve that much, that's so big. That's huge.
It's a miracle. It's a miracle. You know, it's just, I can't explain it. You know, these products, it's my favorite product is the ProBio 5. And I have been on so many probiotics. It's ridiculous. And hospital grade and prescriptions. And it's the ProBio 5 is the best one I've ever taken.
That says a lot. I mean, you have, I've never taken another probiotic, but I won't. I mean, I won't, because this thing is life, and I don't need to. And then there is no way
I've had
C.
diff. So many antibiotics in my life. I've had C. diff more times than I can count.
Oh.
And those other probiotics had never really prevented it. And I haven't had it since I've started the ProBio 5, and I've been on some pretty powerful antibiotics for kidney infections because I get those all the time. But I haven't had it since I've started ProBio 5, so it's amazing.
I am so happy for you, and thank you so much for sharing your story.
Of course, I love to share it.
Oh, great. Then we will ask you again.
Sarah, I unmuted you, hun.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Y'all, I'm so excited for Tabitha. Like, that's so exciting. Like, we've been friends forever. And, like, she was fine the last time I saw her. And then we moved to Japan when I was in the 5th grade. And Tabitha is about 4 years older than me, maybe 4 or 5. And she had all these health issues. And, y'all, she came to visit. They came and stayed in Pigeon Forge, which is not far from me. So my family went up to see her. And we got a call, and she had, like, fallen. Tabitha, you'll have to refresh my memory. But she had, like, fallen and lost, like, over half of her blood and was in the hospital here in Knoxville. And, like, we were going to visit her, and, like, she had to stay here longer because they had to do all this stuff to her. And I was like, oh, my gosh, like, I cannot believe all this stuff that's wrong. And so, like, I definitely thought of her when I would read, like, the testimonies. And I'm so glad she trusted me and tried it. And I'm so glad it's helping her. Amazing.
Yes.
And that's what we say is, when you hear this, don't only think about you, think about the people that you know and that could use our products. And that's exactly what Sarah did. So, and look at Tabitha now. So that's
not to mention my headaches.
Yeah.
I've had them since I was like 5 or 6, and I had like weekly headaches, like that I'd have a headache every day. And when I stopped smoking years ago, it helped a lot, but like I would still have them, and they wouldn't be full blown like migraines or anything, but still, it's not debilitating, but it's freaking annoying. Like, you don't have to live that way. And it was cool, and has migraines, and she hasn't gotten total relief, but like she says, it's better than what she was dealing with, like 3 to 5 a month. Didn't think she'd have another child because she couldn't take her Imitrex. And now she thinks like she probably could. And like, that's pretty amazing.
Wow. Yeah, that is amazing. I've never had it. Well, I've had 2 migraines, and they were awful. So I can't even imagine what y'all lived with. I mean, nausea and craziness. Not fun. So,
They're awful.
yeah.
And I can have them every
anxiety. Ugh.
Yeah. I mean, not fun at all. So quality of health, it's everything, I tell you.
Right.
Thank you, Tabitha. Thank you,
guys.
Sarah. I'm glad you were able to help.
Yes. Thank you for sharing, Tabitha.
Of course. Thank
Okay,
you for sharing.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Sharing is caring.
Jenny, it's you and those yeast infections like you
I know.
had me.
That's what got you. And I was so nervous.
Well, Jenny used to have to text me because it took me, a month and a half. I think I ordered at the end of September, beginning of October. And like, y'all, I just finished the bottle. This was last year or year before, 2015. I finished the bottle right before December. And I was at work. And because all the changes are subtle, like I was like, man, my head is really starting to hurt. I don't feel like I've had headaches. Well, I was so sporadic with it. I never even thought that it could be because of that. We changed the lighting at work. We changed the cleaner we were using, like everything. I mean, I was like, what is going on? Like I was fine. Like there's no big deal. And all of a sudden, and I was like, oh, hey, Scott, like I haven't had anxiety either. And I think Jenny listed those as that you could get relief for those too. I was like, what if it is that? Let me order it again. And I actually reached out to Jenny for her to talk to my friend Kevin, who I thought would be really good. And it just didn't work out for him. And then I ended up doing it because I used to so unique and that just really didn't align with me. So I feel more comfortable. Yeah.
Exactly. It all worked out.
Yep.
For sure.
Awesome.
Very cool. Well, thank you guys. Okay, so we will quickly finish up this real quick. We business that we didn't get to, but because the products work, the business is able to work, and we have an amazing comp plan. A lot of people think, these are like questions that people might be asking: is Plexus safe? I've been on Plexus for almost 2 years, and I'm not dead. It's pretty darn safe. But if you have any questions, feel free to take the ingredients to your doctor and get the thumbs up, because a lot of medical professionals are now totally recommending our products. So, because they're just that amazing.
Oh, yeah. So you might be thinking, well, is it expensive? Okay, seriously, I used to spend a ton of money on Diet Coke alone. And this is less expensive than my Diet Cokes, like that I had every day. Because like if you purchase sugary drinks like pop or energy drinks or Starbucks, I'm telling you, it's way cheaper than that. If you purchase candy bars and, sugary snacks to help you keep going through the day, Jenny and I both loved Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, and we have saved a ton of money just because your body doesn't crave it anymore at all.
It really doesn't. Same with Miralax. I don't have to buy Miralax. Same with my kids were on Zyrtec. I don't have to buy that anymore because they don't struggle with allergies anymore.
Oh my gosh. We've saved so much money.
Will it work for me?
We've saved so much money on prescriptions.
Guarantee. Yes, right. You want to talk about the prescriptions?
We've saved so much money on our prescriptions. You know what I mean?
Yes.
A ton.
Well, yeah, totally. And there's so many ways to save money. You might think it's expensive. There's so many ways to save money because of these products. Okay, so will it work for me? We have a 60-day money-back guarantee. So you can try these products for 2 months, whether you're an ambassador or a customer, and you can get your complete money back for 60 days if you don't feel like they work for you. But really, the best way that these products are going to work is if you take them every single day consistently. And I guarantee you're going to feel something.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Take it consistently. Okay, so you might be going, okay, I kind of love Plexus. Now what do I do? Joining Plexus as an ambassador is $34.95 a year. Think of it as a Costco membership, but it's cheaper than that. So it's definitely worth it. And you might say, okay, I'm not a salesperson. Great, because neither are we at all. It's all about sharing. It is not about selling ever. ever, ever. We just share these products because we love them. And as you can hear from these testimonies, everybody needs them. Everybody.
It's so true. It's easy to share when you can hear, testimonies like Tabitha's or Kathy's or Terry Jo's. Her whole family has an amazing testimony. So it's easy to share when you know so many people need these products. So we don't consider it selling. We share. That's what we do. Okay. You might be saying, I've tried network marketing before. I have not. I never tried it. But Plexus is different. From everything that I've heard about other companies, our comp plan is amazing. There is no inventory. There's no monthly quotas. You don't have to have a party unless you want to have a party, and then you can have a party, but you don't have to have a party. And you might be thinking, what is network? Because y'all, I signed up and had no idea that this was network marketing. Like, no clue. Network marketing is basically a lot of people, quote unquote, selling a little bit each. So you don't have territories and you don't have, like I said, quotas or inventory. There's no full-time or part-time. It's just a lot of people sharing about a product they love and getting paid for it. Our company does not pay representatives. So we don't pay celebrity endorsements to, talk about our product. They pay us to talk about our product. And we do a really good job of talking about our products. They don't need to pay for any type of celebrity endorsement. So it's just an amazing company. Totally, it's just amazing.
Right. So y'all, the compensation plan, if that's something you're interested in all, is amazing. It's like no other. We get paid 11 different ways. We get monthly commission. There's weekly bonuses. And this is all just for sharing about a product we love. Y'all, we get paid to take the products. I mean, really, it's crazy. We get paid down 7 levels. There's profit sharing. There's jewel bonus pools. Hawaii. There's free Lexuses. Just for taking products that we love. That's it.
It's so true. And talking about them. I mean, that's like really what it is. Terry Jo and I are one promotion away from going to Hawaii and from getting our Lexus. One promotion, y'all. The thing that we have is gumption. We recognize what we have and we share it. We don't have any crazy special degrees. There's no high education or anything like that. It's because we believe in this product and this company so much and we share. And that's why we are where we are. And y'all could be there too. Absolutely. I have no doubt in my mind. We are a debt-free company. We just built a brand new headquarters that Terry Jo and I got to visit last November, and Terry Jo gets to go again in February. And they're a client of Morgan Stanley. So it's just a reputable company with just amazing leadership. I just can't say more about this company. It really is just a class act company for sure. Okay, Terry Jo, you want to tell real quick your financial testimony?
So yes, okay, so like Jenny said, I am a senior Ruby ambassador with Plexus. Okay, so those words probably don't mean anything to you, but what that means is our next promotion that we get, like Jenny said, is then becomes a 6-figure income with a free Lexus and free trips to Hawaii and all of this fun stuff, all because of sharing about a product we love, right? That's it. But let me tell you, when I first started, my goal was just to take the products, right? And then my goal was like, gosh, what if I could make an extra $300 a month? That'd be really awesome. Okay, I surpassed that in the first month, was able to pay for my own family's products and my electric bill and my phone bill. And then it kept going more and more. And now, y'all, I mean, being able to pay the mortgage and the car payments and all of these amazing things, just because I'm sharing about a product. When I first started, I wasn't looking for a job. Clearly, I'm a stay-at-home mom, and that's what I like, although I probably should have had a job. I didn't really want one. And so it's financially changed our life. I can see a future now where I can pay for my girls' college education with cash. I can buy my girls' cars with cash. I have one turning 16 this summer. I'm not stressed at all about being able to buy her a car because I see this financial future I have is amazing. I've got 3 girls that need weddings. That's not going to be an issue for me like it used to be. Last Christmas, when I started July of 2015, so last December was the first Christmas ever that we paid in all our Christmas with all of cash. You know, we'd always put on a credit card and pay it off a couple months later. Last Christmas was the first Christmas I paid with cash. That's huge. I mean, for my family, that was huge. But now I have a really big financial future that I just never even dreamed would happen. And it's all because I share a product that I love. You know, it's incredible.
I love it. And she's very good at sharing too.
How can you not share it?
And that's why the second I joined, I turned to Terry Jo and I said, you need to do this with me. Like today, we need to do this because I knew she would be amazing. and she is. But the same thing with me. I actually knew going in from the very start, and that was a part of the ego part of it, is I needed to decide that I was going to do the business, because I knew I wasn't just going to be a customer. And my cousin posted, this is what stuck in my head. My cousin posted sometime in 2014 that she had paid her mortgage with her Plexus income. And that stuck in my head. And it just took a few months to build up the courage. And she just happened to reach out at a time when I needed the products and needed the opportunity too. And that's when I jumped in and said yes. But I have never, I've always paid for my products with my Plexus income. So I've never had to pay out of pocket with my Plexus because I've made that much commission to cover not only mine, but my family's products, which a family of 4 on Plexus is not cheap. Y'all, it's not. But I've never not been able to pay for it on my with my Plexus income. But then I was able to, my second goal was to pay my pool payment because I had started subbing. I wanted to get a pool. I talked my husband into getting a pool, and I would pay for the pool payment with my subbing money. And so I subbed in my kiddo's school, and when I was able to cover my pool payment, I started rethinking the subbing thing because that's hard work and it's a lot of time. I loved it. I loved getting to know the teachers and the kids and everything, but it was a lot of work. And this Plexus thing is really where my heart is. And then I just started making goals for myself. I paid for a trip to New York for my family last year. We traveled a lot last year, and I was able to do that. And then this year, we actually ended up buying our dream home. And a lot of it is because of my Plexus future. Y'all, the ceiling is endless. There is no ceiling with Plexus. And when that dawned on me, that was so exciting. It's what I put into it is what I'm going to make. And as passionately as I share, I will reap those benefits. And it's easy to share, as we've all heard about the testimonies, because it's easy to share these products. So anyway, we live on a lake now. We bought a brand new lake, not brand new. It's an older house, but it's brand new to us. House on the lake here in Rockwall, and I'm able to cover the mortgage with my Plexus income. And like Terry Jo said, I will pay for my kids' college, hopefully, both Aggies, hopefully. And I will write that tuition check to Texas A&M University with my Plexus income. And that's exciting. My husband wants a boat dock. I will be able to pay for that with my Plexus income. The ceiling, the financial future is great because of what this Plexus thing can do for us. And it's only because I share passionately because I love these products, because they're life-changing. And when I hear Tabitha's testimony, when I hear Kathy's testimony, when I hear Terry Jo's testimony, it just reaffirms that I'm doing everything right by sharing passionately. So anyway, sorry, got a little carried away because I get really excited. So if anybody has any questions, feel free. We did run a little bit long. Sorry, guys, but I love that y'all stuck with us through this whole opportunity event. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to the person that led you to this call, and they can answer any kind of questions. Or you can reach out to us. We love to talk Plexus, obviously. So you can always reach out to us too.
Yes. So, thank you guys so much for joining us and sharing your testimonies. We love hearing Kathy and Tabitha.
Yes.
Remember, it's so much more than us. It's about everybody else.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, guys. Y'all have a great rest of your night.
Okay, guys. Thank you. Bye, y'all.
Thank you.